Hello, everybody. We are live.
Good morning in some areas.
Good afternoon, good evening, good night. This is Agape and Akin. Thank you so much for joining us again on this wonderful journey, the 90-day success challenge. For those of you who are just meeting us for the first time, this is Agape and Akin. We live in Airdrie, Alberta in Canada. We are parents to 3 children, 2 girls and 1 boy. And we are digital entrepreneurs. We help everyday people like ourselves to make a living online and to build a business online. So thank you for joining us and welcome to a brand new, amazing week. We hope that it is beautiful over there. Your weather is beautiful wherever you are. And if it's still cold,
enjoy the cold.
Enjoy the cold for now.
And dress well and warm.
Dress warm, exactly. Yeah, we got a bit of sunlight, but it is so windy, but it is not cold. So
with lovely cold.
So today we're going to be introducing the concept of work-life balance.
Yes, it's a very common phrase that you and I know, that all of us have heard about.
Yes, and that everybody strives for, So today we're going to share that with you. In fact, this week is actually dedicated to that. So we'll be introducing the concept today. Then we'll share our own journey to achieving work-life balance. We'll also talk about effective time management. And then we'll offer tips to working parents, because we used to be working parents and now we're stay-at-home parents. So we'll talk about the transition to that. We'll also discuss some self-care tips and management. And we'll share with you guys what we do for self-care. And then we'll talk about the quality, the importance of quality time. So today we're just going to be focusing on just introducing that concept, because definitely not everybody really truly understands what work-life balance really is. You're like, it's easy for you to say because I don't know, whatever, but we're juggling so many things here. We don't know how to bring them all together.
But I think that the concept, the phrase, the perspectives has been overflogged too much, and I hope it's not losing its value, or its awareness, because the more people talk about it, the more many people feel I've heard that before. But bringing it back to you and I in today's world, we need to increase our awareness around that, because work-life balance is something like finding that balance, the balance between work and life happening.
And especially even for people who run a business, right? It is so difficult, right, to be able to say, okay, I know I work from home or I work for myself, but how do I, when does work stop? And when does my family time or my me time, when does it start, right? Because I know for us, it's like many times we're like, oh, we think or we say that we finished our work for the day, right? But as soon as maybe an email comes in or somebody messages us and says, oh, tell me more about your business or whatever, we're like, oh, okay, business calls or work calls, right? But we're now learning, actually, we've really, really been trying and putting it into practice, that once we say that our work is done, then the next thing is our family time. The kids are back from school, we are preparing dinner, we are getting them ready for the next day. We're also getting ourselves ready for the next day. We are shutting down work so that we can focus on that. And then sometimes we say, okay, let's be realistic to ourselves. Sometimes we get these messages from people because what we do is global, right? Meaning that we're not just tied to our own time zone. So sometimes when we have shut down, that's when some people are waking up and saying, oh, I saw your advert or I saw your business. Can you tell me more about it? So what we try to do is we leave that for when we've finished, like the 4 to 6 hours that we've carved out for family time, because it starts from when they come back from school, right? So they come back from school, we then start to get ready for dinner. We have our time with them where we ask them, okay, how did school go? What, just sort of reconnect with the children because they've been away for 8 hours, right? And then we start dinner and all of that. So once we have done all of that, and maybe they've gone to bed, then we can now say, oh, okay, before I can sacrifice our personal time with each other for responding to that because we're in it together, right? So it's just being able to harmonize your work time, your family time, and being able to say, okay, you know what? Right now I'm done with work. The next hour, I'm going to focus it on my well-being or on my self-care. And I'm not going to take my phone with me when I'm trying to take care of myself or I'm trying to give quality time to my family, right?
That's really hard to juggle.
Oh yeah, especially for small business owners, right?
And if you have a family structure that is still growing, or you have kids under 10, my goodness, we are all working a lot.
Yeah.
Whether you are in a 9 to 5 or you are building a business from your basement, the work continues. But what we are saying is take a moment to think about the concept again and again. And if you feel guilty in one area, maybe that's somewhere you need to look into.
To be aware of, yeah.
Yeah, because if, for instance, your friends calls you for an event and you're not able to go, the next time, would they invite you? Would they not invite you? Maybe you say, oh, hi, I missed your call. Well, I was busy doing this and that. Just reconnect with a phone call and just keep the conversation going. Because if you are building, working 9 to 5 and building a business, that's tough.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, you know where you are going. But the awareness around, what is the time boundary for this and for that? We all struggle and we want to strive when it comes to the work and the lifestyle. It never stops. It's like US and Canada. You can walk into US and walk back into Canada. It's almost like the border is so closely knitted that, my goodness, you can't even draw a line or build a fence,
Yeah.
So that's
one. And then another thought that came to mind is that, even in trying to balance your work life and your family life, so many things have to be in play here. If you're not feeling fulfilled in your career or in your work, it will be really difficult, right? Because it's like you want to choose more of the things that make you happy, and then you ignore or you don't give your best to your job or to your work or to your career or whatever it is that is bringing you in the money that is allowing you to enjoy the lifestyle that you are enjoying. Because even though we don't work a 9 to 5 or we don't work corporate anymore, but we always are thankful for the fact that we had a 9 to 5, we had a corporate job that gave us the ability to be able to enjoy the lifestyle that we enjoyed then. It was just that it also helped, made us shrink our dreams to fit our pocket, right? Because there's a limit to, okay, you are earning this amount of money, you know that every year this is the amount of money. Your lifestyle cannot be, cannot push past that, right? But when you're running a business, your income is uncapped. And yes, in the first few years, it may be slow and everything, but the moment you align, like everything aligns for you and everything that you're doing starts to yield the results that you desire, then your income becomes uncapped. And at that time, you can always adjust your lifestyle. You can, live your dreams. You can do whatever it is you want to do, right? Because now you're able to afford it. One, you're able to say, oh, okay, I'm not needed at that business or at that thing 24 hours a day. Probably I can give 5 or 4 hours to it, and then I can carve another 5 to 6 hours or 4 hours for my family or for myself or my friends, whatever it is that makes you happy, or for volunteering or for giving back, whatever it is, you will be able to say, okay, I enjoy doing this, and so because of that, it's, I'm able to also live this lifestyle, do whatever it is that I want, because money is coming in from here, right? Which is your business, right? So it is just being able to say, oh, okay, I think I started it with saying, if you're not fulfilled in your career, then you're obviously going to choose life rather than work. But it is being able to harmonize both the work and the lifestyle, right?
And bring them to almost, same level.
Same level.
And if there's anyone out there that feels, well, it's easy for you to say, or you see many people working out, going on walks and buying stuff, there is always a first step to take. There is always a first step to take. It's your journey, it's your story.
It's your journey, yeah.
Take the first step in doing that which you feel is needed to be done.
Yeah.
We are not experts. We are working it out.
Yeah. I mean, and we always say, yes, we're not experts, but we've been on this journey for a while. And so us sharing what we've learned that has helped us to be successful, yes, does not make us expert, but can help somebody else who is probably just starting out on that journey. And that is what we're dedicating this week for. We're going to be talking more and more about, okay, how did we achieve work-life balance? And I'm not saying we've actually achieved it 100%, but the good thing is we are very, very aware of it.
Yep.
We are very aware because every time we feel like, oh, the kids actually got back from school and they met us in the office. We're like, this
Time
wasn't
to
the
go.
plan, right? We don't want them coming and still seeing us at work. And sometimes you hear them say, oh, no, don't disturb them. They're at work, or they're working, or they're in a meeting. And I'm like, oh, I don't like that. So I came back again and looked at our calendar, and we said, we control our calendar, right? Like, we can change it as we want. We can rearrange. Yeah, and that's exactly what we did. So now, even on my calendar, we have a slot where I say time to shut down / kids time, like, right? So it's like, okay, take your stuff up, leave the office, so that when they come home, they're not thinking that they don't have access to you. Because for us, if we say that family is very important to us, how are we treating that family? How are we treating that part of us that we say with our mouth is important?
And
right?
those little ones, they are very smart.
Very.
They will put you to test.
Right? So yeah, that's what we have for you today. We're just introducing that concept to you guys, and just saying, follow us through the journey this week. We'll share some tips and tricks with you guys, and
we'll be on the lookout to read from you. How are you,
managing it,
progress and managing it, and if there is any app or subscription or a group you've joined, let us know. We like to explore
and learn something new. All right. Thanks so much for joining us again today on our 90-day success challenge. We hope that you guys are learning a little from us, no matter how little. We are not we just want to share with you what we have learned over the last 5 years that has helped us to succeed in business, in our family life, in our marriage, and stuff like that. And we just want to give back that way and say, if this can help you in any little way, then we're happy to be of service to you. Yeah. All right. Enjoy the rest of your day. Go out there, take a walk. It's really windy here in Alberta. Well, here in Airdrie, it is really, really windy. So take good care. Stay safe out there. But go out there and enjoy the sunlight. And we'll see you again tomorrow. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.